For most of human history, nobody slept 8 hours in a row. Not once. 8 consecutive hours of unconsciousness is not a law of biology. It is a habit, and it is one of the youngest habits your species has ever adopted. Let us go back, way back, before electricity, before clocks, before the very idea of bedtime existed. For most of human history, sleep followed the sun. When darkness fell, people slept. When light returned, they woke. There was no alarm, no schedule, no fixed number of hours anyone aimed for. Sleep was simply whatever the night allowed. Historian Roger E. Kirch spent over 2 decades digging through pre-industrial diaries, court records, and medical texts looking for how people actually described their nights. What he found overturned the assumption that unbroken 8-hour sleep was some kind of universal human default. Before artificial lighting existed almost everywhere he looked, people slept in 2 distinct stages. First sleep began shortly after dusk and lasted several hours. Then, in the middle of the night, people woke up. Not from insomnia, not from stress. This waking was expected, ordinary, and often lasted an hour or more. People used that time to pray, talk quietly with family, tend a fire, have sex, or simply lie in the dark with their own thoughts. Then came second sleep, carrying them through until morning. Kirch found references to first sleep and to second sleep scattered across centuries of European writing, mentioned so casually that readers at the time needed no explanation at all. Everyone already knew what it meant. Even medieval monasteries were built around this rhythm rather than fighting it. Monks followed a schedule of canonical hours that included a prayer service called matins, held in the deep middle of the night, roughly in the exact window where segmented sleep research says the natural waking period would fall. Nobody had to force monks awake at an unnatural hour. The church built its nightly prayer schedule on top of a waking period the body was already providing for free. This was not some rare regional habit. Segmented sleep, broken into 2 or more phases, appears across cultures with wildly different climates, religions, and technologies, all without any contact with each other. Anthropologists studying pre-industrial societies on multiple continents have documented the same basic pattern independently. When something shows up independently and repeatedly like that, it usually points to biology, not culture. Which raises an obvious question. If segmented sleep was once so common, why does almost nobody sleep that way now? The answer starts with something surprisingly simple: light. For nearly all of human history, night meant darkness, and darkness meant sleep was the only reasonable option. Fire helped a little, candles helped a little more, but neither was bright enough or cheap enough to meaningfully push back the night for the average person. Then, in the late 1800s, everything changed. The widespread introduction of electric lighting did something no previous technology had managed. It made staying awake after dark not just possible, but easy, affordable, and eventually expected. Cities that had once gone dark at sunset now stayed lit long into the night. Factories ran shifts around the clock, streets, homes, and workplaces filled with artificial light that told the human body something it had never consistently heard before. It is not actually dark yet. Stay awake. Keep working. Keep moving. At the exact same moment, the Industrial Revolution was reorganizing how people spent their time. Factory work demanded fixed hours. You clocked in, you clocked out, and everything in between belonged to the schedule, not to your own internal rhythm. Sleep, like meals, like nearly everything else in daily life, got compressed and standardized to fit that new machine-driven pace. There was no room in a factory schedule for a comfortable hour of quiet wakefulness in the middle of the night. Sleep had to be efficient. It had to happen in one predictable block so workers could rise, eat, and report to their shift on time. Segmented sleep did not disappear because it was unhealthy. It disappeared because it stopped fitting the world people were suddenly living in. Within a couple of generations, the biphasic pattern that had been standard for most of recorded history simply vanished from memory, replaced by something that felt, to everyone born after, completely natural. 8 hours, 1 block, done. By the early 20th century, doctors and journalists writing about sleep no longer even mentioned first and second sleep as options. It had disappeared so completely from ordinary life that later researchers, including Eckhart himself, were initially startled to find it referenced so casually in older texts, as though an entire piece of shared human experience had simply been erased within a few generations. Now, here is the most important question of all. Does your biology actually want you to sleep in one unbroken 8-hour block? The answer might surprise you. Inside every human being is a circadian rhythm, your body's internal clock, tuned across millions of years to the daily cycle of light and darkness. That clock does not inherently demand a single unbroken block of sleep. Sleep researchers studying modern populations without access to electric light, including remote communities in Africa and South America, have found something striking. Left alone, with only natural light and darkness to guide them, people in these communities frequently show the same segmented pattern Eckhart found buried in centuries-old European diaries. A period of sleep, a stretch of quiet nighttime wakefulness, and a second period of sleep before dawn. Not because they were taught to do this, but because left without artificial light interfering, that appears to be a genuinely natural rhythm for the human body. That does not mean consolidated 8-hour sleep is unhealthy or wrong. Modern sleep science is clear that most adults do need somewhere around 7 to 9 hours of total sleep for the brain and body to function well. What the research complicates is not the total amount. It is the assumption that it must arrive in one single, uninterrupted stretch to count as normal. If you have ever woken up at 2 or 3 in the morning, lain there, feeling strangely calm and alert for a while, and then drifted back to sleep, wondering what was wrong with you, the answer may be nothing at all. Some sleep researchers now refer to this quiet, nighttime alertness as a remnant of segmented sleep rather than a disorder, though it is often mistaken for a form of middle-of-the-night insomnia and treated as a problem to be fixed rather than a rhythm to be understood. Your body may simply be doing what human bodies did for most of history before a light bulb convinced it otherwise. So why do we sleep 8 hours a night? Because artificial light made the deep, undisturbed darkness that once forced segmented sleep essentially disappear from daily life. Because the Industrial Revolution demanded rigid, predictable schedules with no room for a leisurely hour awake at midnight. Because factories needed workers rested, efficient, and on time, not gently drifting between two phases of rest. Because that new rhythm, repeated across a few generations, eventually felt like the only normal way to sleep, until nobody thought to question it at all, and the version that came before it disappeared so thoroughly that most people alive today have never even heard it existed. Tonight, you will probably lie down and expect 8 uninterrupted hours, the same way billions of people before you have. And now you will know that what feels like the most natural thing in the world is actually a fairly recent invention, built out of light bulbs, factory whistles, and a rhythm your ancestors would have found strange, laid quietly on top of a body that, left alone in the dark, might still remember how to sleep the old way.